Drama: Legend of the Female General. To protect her family's noble title, Hien, the eldest daughter of the He family, is forced to don a mask and impersonate the family's eldest son, Hiru Fei, and heads for the battlefield. Years later, Hien returns home as a celebrated heroine, only to be betrayed by her family when her brother, Hiru Fei, reappears. After surviving the betrayal, Hien assumes a new identity as Hien, the daughter of a city gate official, and disguises herself as a man to join the army in Yezhou, vowing to reclaim everything that was taken from her. In Yezhou, Hien befriends the gentle and refined Chu Zhao and once again crosses paths with Xiao Ju. However, Xiao Ju suspects Hien of being a spy and constantly tests her. Despite his suspicions, Hien clings to Xiao Ju and proves his abilities by becoming the best soldier in the Yezhou Defense Force. Drama: Shadow Love. General Li Shuang, a young woman from Taijin, is brave and skilled in combat. She was ordered to find the hidden spy within a month. One day, Li Shuang accidentally rescued a severely wounded man with complete memory loss and brought him back to the military camp. The man begged Li Shuang to take him in and accompany her to war. Li Shuang gave him the name Jin, which means long-term peace and stability for the Jin dynasty. The two worked together to uncover the spy, but were met with deliberate humiliation by the new supervisor and repeated crimes by the neighbor, Dayo. Jin relied on his extraordinary ingenuity to overcome the difficulties and dangers with Li Shuang, and the two secretly fell in love. Jin gradually remembered that his true identity was that of the king of Jinshi of Dayo. At that time, war was about to break out, and the two had no choice but to fight. The two, tired of war, decided to join forces to resolve their country's crisis and help the people live and work in peace. Drama: Moonlit Reunion. Wu Jin enjoys a prominent status. Her sister is the queen, and her father is the Duke of Hunan. She has been pampered since she was a child. She possesses a free and uninhibited personality, and often wears men's clothing, visits the Lufeng brothel, and has fun with groups of young men from aristocratic families. She became famous as the famous dandy of Chang'an City. From a young age, she could see spirits. As a young girl, she accidentally fell off a building and was rescued by her former feline master. She inherited his demonic power and became the new feline master, secretly in charge of Chang'an Demon City. Mei Zhuyu is the nephew of a noble concubine. Like Wu Jun, he can also see spirits. He was sent to a Taoist temple to practice at a young age. He possesses exceptional talent. At his young age, he is already one of the best in Taoism. He can hide his spiritual power like ordinary people. Drama: When Destiny Brings the Demon. After meeting Sima Jiao, the master of the Gongxin Immortal Mansion, which has been sealed in the mountains for 500 years, Liao Tingyan, who unexpectedly arrived in the world of immortality, was overcome by her salted fish, a term used to describe people who despise themselves and have no goals, instinct of wanting nothing. From then on, Liao Tingyan began to guide Sima Jiao to be good step by step and became the person who changed him. Drama: The Thriving Land. On her wedding day, Ning Xiao, daughter of the richest man in Tianyi Temple Village, was kidnapped by bandits. Her father, Ning Shuexiang, was unwilling to sell his land to ransom her, so he married her sister to his childhood sweetheart, Fei Wandian. Determined to make her choice, Xiao broke ties with her father and married a peasant named Feng Jiao. She learned to work in the fields and gradually came to understand the importance of the land to farmers. She used her knowledge to help her neighbors and led the village women to free themselves from feudal ideologies. Together with the villagers, she fought bandits. Drama: Luminosity Behind the Palace. Su Liu is a noble aristocrat, forced to marry her childhood sweetheart, the new emperor Yin Changyan, who is suspected of regicide and seizing the throne. However, Liu remains sincere with a vision committed to equality. With the new emperor, she promotes women's rights to take examinations and become officials, subverting the power of the aristocrats represented by the Qin family. Drama: Summit of Our Youth. In her past life, Gu Shuejiao failed her college entrance exams due to her love-obsessed mindset. After years of hardship at work, she remained a low-level employee at a subcontractor. She even became the prime target of her ruthless boss, Lin Jihua, during a round of layoffs. When Gu Shuejiao confronted Lin Jihua, an unexpected twist sent her back to her third year of high school. Given a second chance, Gu Shuejiao learns from her mistakes. Determined to prioritize her studies over romance, she goes from being love-focused to career-focused. While rewriting her destiny, she also forges a sweet and mutually satisfying romance with Lin Jihua, where both become significant influences in each other's lives. Drama, her feast. After being framed and tortured to death, Zhang Wangu is reborn 3 years in the past with memories of her previous life. Determined to uncover the truth, she teams up with police captain Liu Yi, whose dreams begin revealing key clues. As they follow these leads, their fates become deeply intertwined. Drama, dangerous love. To avenge his father, Su Bei Sheng goes undercover as the warlord's adopted son, plotting to sabotage an arranged marriage between the Su and Zhou families by getting close to Zhou Menghuan. But as genuine feelings grow, their relationship spirals into a destructive cycle of love and revenge, culminating in a tragic downfall amidst the turmoil of war and power struggles. Drama, be not meant to be. In the Republic of China era, Yi Nanzhao suffers betrayal by her former husband and the tragic loss of her daughter. On her way to report to the authorities, she is abducted and forced to assume the identity of a dead woman, becoming the second concubine of the Liu household. By a twist of fate, her treacherous ex-husband turns out to be the Liu family's new son-in-law. To make matters worse, the woman she's impersonating has left behind an absolute mess. Drama, Fallen You. Xiao Yan's life is turned upside down when her parents suddenly die in a car accident. Overnight, she goes from being their beloved little princess to a lonely orphan. Soon after, Gu Changfeng, chairman of the Gu Corporation and a man claiming to be her biological grandfather, appears and insists on bringing her back to China. Although reluctant to return to the Gu family, Xiao Yan is troubled by the many suspicious details surrounding her parents' deaths. Determined to uncover the truth, she agrees to return and begins to grow close to her so-called uncle, Gu Jingyuan, the adopted son of the Gu patriarch. At the Gu household, she plays the role of a meek and compassionate orphan, attempting to gain Gu Jingyuan's support. But he remains cold and indifferent, unfazed by her act. A hidden battle begins between the two, each equally resourceful and determined. Just as Xiao Yin becomes convinced that Gu Jingyuan is behind her parents' murder, he risks his life to save her from a devastating fire and confesses his desire to protect her and the Gu family. Shaken, Xiao Yin begins to understand her pain, and in understanding, falls madly in love with him. Their forbidden love overcomes countless trials. But just as they finally decide to defy the Gu patriarch's opposition and marry with open hearts, a far greater conspiracy is unleashed upon them. Drama, a forbidden marriage. Yang Wangyu, who comes from the demon sect, escaped death and became a destitute orphan. She is determined to fulfill her unfulfilled wish to marry Yang Qing, the leader of the famous righteous sect. With such a wish, the reborn Wang Yu coincidentally met Yang Qing, and eventually, they worked together to kill the true devil, achieving reconciliation between the demonic sect and the righteous sect and restoring peace to Jianghu. Drama, Princess Revenge. After being betrayed by the man she gave everything up for, Dong Fangxi, a wealthy heiress, discovers she's the villainess in a novel and makes a deal with a mysterious system to change her fate, only to find that the system itself hides a long-buried secret of love. Drama, Threads of Destiny. Both of the Jiang family's daughters are reborn. Jiang Shui-ing, the eldest daughter of the Jiang family, swaps her marriage with her younger sister Jiang Yu'er. As the prince's wife, Jiang Shui-ing battles cunning rivals in the household, including Jiang Yu'er. She reforms her reckless husband and joins forces with him to expose a sinister conspiracy. Drama, The Demon. Fan Diao, the mighty tiger demon queen, rules Qianshun Mountain with absolute power. Shun Wang Chun, a frail and distant nobleman's son, seeks a cat demon to cure his illness. When they meet, an unlikely and humorous cohabitation between human and demon begins.